It's about to be noon, so good day to you. We just finished up with lunch. We had to take Ellie to her dance class this morning, and usually when she has dance class, it's kind of like a really busy morning trying to get her fed and dressed and then out the door. So that's why I haven't picked up my camera until just now. But we had lunch, we watched a little bit of Avatar, and now Ellie is in quiet time. And as you can see, Wolfie here has already fallen asleep. I'm about to go and put him down. It kind of works out really perfectly because now I have some time to myself. I didn't get to do any reading yesterday, so I'm going to do some reading today. I still need to also put in an entry for my morning pages, but obviously it's no longer the morning, so it'll just be a regular journal entry. I wore the shorts that I made yesterday. I'm wearing them today. Just paired it with a white graphic tee, a vintage t-shirt that I got from Retro Local. I had originally had a goal earlier in the year to read 100 pages a day. And then when I was like later on in my pregnancy, it was just getting harder to keep to that goal because I was so tired and was wanting to rest more. And so I changed it to just having a goal of reading one book a week. And that meant, like, you know, if I had a book that was like around 300 pages, I'd really only need to read 50 pages a day. So that was like more doable. But then when I implemented that rule, after a while, I just started reading books that like I couldn't put down. And so I would read like almost over 100 pages a day. So it was almost like I was like reinstating like my other goal. But now my goal is just reading every day and not really putting a number on it. Just because normally when I do start to read, I generally will read a really big portion. So I'm not too concerned about like hitting a page number, you know. Oh my goodness. He's so cute. I can't take it. All right, I'm gonna get going, but hope you guys are having a good day. So, Wolfie is now up from his nap. I am about to change him really quick, and then I have a big pile of laundry that I need to tackle because it's been sitting in the living room for far too long, longer than I'd like to admit. So I just need to get it out of here and like reclaim this space, because normally where all of this stuff is where I would put Wolfie down for like tummy time and just like regular floor time and to change his diapers. So it needs to get out of here. Mapagsamantala. That one's a lot easier. Mabuti. Maganda. Gabi. Musta. Paalam. Salamat. Hapon. Araw. Opo. That's our vocabulary list. Saan kayo nakatira? Ano ang palangan mo? What's your name, Wolfie? Hawangko. I know that one. Tulog na. Go to sleep. Oh, that's what I'm gonna say to you, Wolfie. Tulog na. Your mother calls out that dinner is ready. You are still tidying up your study table as you have just finished doing your homework. Okay. Probably gonna say, sandali lang po. Yeah, nailed it. Make it explode. Like this. Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. I'm gonna get the booger picker, okay? And I'm gonna get the boogers out of your nose. You're gonna be okay with it. Do you understand? Yeah. Do a little exercise first. A little roundy. A little roundabout. A little bit of a, ooh, nice one. Oh! Oh, wow! Is that it? That was good. Good for you, dude. It's much later in the day, but I really wanted to talk about this book and in general, like the book series. In the story, you're following Laila Macapagal, and throughout the whole book, on the first one, when I was reading it, I kept reading it as Lila. Anytime her name came up, I was thinking Lila, Lila. And then there was a part in the book when I believe it's like her Tita Rosie is like talking with her, and she mentions in the book that the way her family pronounces it is different from the way everybody else pronounces it. And actually the way that her family is pronouncing it is Lila. And it's kind of brought up to other people's attention, and they're like, oh, like I didn't know that that's like how it sounds. And she's like, yeah, well, you know, like that's how they say it, but like other people mostly will say Lila when they first see it, and so that I just never correct them. And I just thought is so relatable. And obviously because this is following a Filipino family, there's a lot of things that are really relatable, like the food and just the overall conversation and banter between the characters, like her and like her titas are, you know, I can hear it in my head, like how it would sound. And the part with her name being pronounced differently, it just really hit home, because in my family, my cousin's name isn't Ian, it's Ian. And my sister's name isn't Joanna, it's Joanna. And like, there's just like these little tiny things that kind of like I can relate to that make it really exciting, because I'm just like, I understand. I understand completely. And it's so fun to be able to kind of see yourself and see your family within a story. This is definitely like the first time for me that it felt close to home like that. Obviously, it doesn't feel close to home in the sense that there's like a murder happening, because that's never happened. But it's just super fun. But I thought that I would read you the synopsis of the book so you can kind of get an idea of what it's about. Things are heating up for Lila Macapagal. Not in her love life, which she insists on keeping non-existent despite the attention of two very eligible bachelors. Those eligible bachelors are her best friend's brother and then the dentist that's in their town. Or in her personal life, since she can't bring herself to open her new cafe after the unpleasantness that occurred a few months ago at her aunt's Filipino restaurant, Tita Rosie's Kitchen. No, things are heating up quite literally since summer. Lila's least favorite season has just started. To add to her feelings of sticky unease, Lila's little town of Shady Palms has resurrected the Miss Teen Shady Palms pageant, which she won many years ago, a fact that serves as a wedge between Lila and her cousin/rival Bernadette. But when the head judge of the pageant is murdered and Bernadette becomes the main suspect, the two must put aside their differences and solve the case, because it looks like one of them might be next. So, sounds super fun. You know, the first book is called Arsenic and Adobo, and there was arsenic involved, but he wasn't eating adobo when the arsenic happened. He was eating something else, like a dessert or something like that. I think it was like ginataan or something like that. Like literally adobo doesn't come up in the whole entire book. So I'm curious to know if halo halo actually comes up. I mean, it's set in the summer, so you would think that halo halo would actually come up. Another thing too that I like is, because the series is based around this restaurant, the back of the book contains some recipes. And so this one has Tita Rosie's grilled adobo chicken wings. Sounds good. Lola Flor's turon. I'm not a big turon fan. Lila's halo halo ice candy. And then Adina's bruja, which is, I think, just a tea. Or no, it's a coffee. It's coffee with pandan leaves. Cool. It's nice because sometimes, like when you're reading these books and they mention the food, my mouth already starts to water because I can already smell the food that they're mentioning. So that's a fun little tidbit that they added in. This book is only 253 pages, so I should be able, what's today? Thursday? I should be able to finish this by the end of this weekend. The first book, I finished it in like 2 days because it was so good. I could not put it down. And the storyline is just so quick. Like you just want to find out what happens. Like every chapter leaves you hanging on, and so you just want to keep on reading it. But thank you for joining me again for another day of Vlogtober. It's day 4, baby. I'm doing it. I'm still kind of trying to like navigate Vlogtober and making sure that I'm like setting aside time for the things that I want to accomplish that day, as well as like remember to pick up the camera, because sometimes I have it in one room because that's where I'm filming, and then something happens, like I have to, you know, change the baby or feed the baby, or Ellie's asking me for a snack or something. So I feel like with the kids and with like all of the housework that I have going on, I kind of forget sometimes to like just bring the camera and like let it roll. But I also like don't want to overwhelm myself with extra footage because it takes a really long time to edit, and because I only have like one night to edit, a couple of hours, I really want to make sure that I'm like filming intentionally. So it's taking a little bit of like a learning curve, but I think I'm getting better and better at it each time, and just kind of like taking note of like things that I want to make sure that I'm setting up the camera for, or making sure that when I have quiet time or a nap time available, that's when I'm really like, okay, what's something that I can do during this time so that I can, you know, have it for the vlog. Obviously, I want to show interesting things for you guys. I don't want to just like fill it with me watching TV. That would not be exciting at all. But let me know what you guys want to see. What kind of vlogs do you guys like to watch? What is something that you feel you would be interested in seeing in my day-to-day? Well, I'm gonna sign off for the rest of the night. The baby is screaming his little head off. I've been trying to see if he will just calm down because he's with Matt right now, but for some reason the baby just doesn't want to sleep. He doesn't want to sleep with Matt. He can sense that I'm not in the room, basically. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to get some reading done. Hopefully the baby calms down. I can edit the rest of this video, have it ready for you guys tomorrow, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Good night.